Another beautiful day on the farm. Wholesome Roots Farmstead. Chickens are lined up and ready for food. Rowan is ready to help feed. And Daddy is breaking down the paddock, taking down the premier fence, and getting ready to move it all to start a new paddock, because these goats are eating fast, which is just what we want them to do. It's perfect. For our stuff, we got some watermelon rinds and some leftover couscous. Everybody gets a little bit of leftover, a little bit of watermelon rind. These guys are going to get more couscous because it fits through the holes better. We have chicken wire all the way across the top of this cage because when we first put them in here, they were really small. We didn't want anybody getting out the top. But as you see, the welded wire works fine for these bigger birds. It's easier for giving treats too, so that's another good thing to keep in mind if you're building a design like these. You see how much they love those treats, and they just peck away at those watermelon rinds. They disappear. They just devour it. They love it. Love those extra treats. Look at that, they're already gone. There's some more, girls. My old ladies seem to be the ones that love it the most. Give them a few extra. Got some fermented feed here. Gives them extra probiotics. It also increases the vitamins in their feed. It expands their feed to make it more filling for the gives them a little extra hydration.
Why is this rock here?
It's holding up the camera, Rowan. Alright, I'm going to refill the bucket with some food to ferment for tomorrow. It's so hot right now that it's fermenting in one day. So, we're giving about 7 scoops a day for all chicken, poultry, ducks, turkeys. So, I'm going to fill it up about halfway. And because it's really going to expand, so fill it up halfway and then fill the bucket the rest of the way with water and put the lid back on. Give a little bit of room, not all the way to the top, because it's going to expand. And then put the lid on and let Mother Nature do its natural yeasty things. I just gave the chickens some cherry tomatoes that were going bad, and they are so excited. It's funny though, because I still don't see the Morons eat as much of the produce as I do the other chickens. I guess they're full because they didn't really eat that much. But they probably will throughout the day. Looks like they got an egg in the middle there. That's not supposed to be there, girls. We need to get your nest box back with hay. went to Tractor Supply store the other day, Rowan insisted on buying a forage block for our turkey. So he's really excited to fatten up our turkey with us. So we're going to give him that now and see what he thinks of it. You going to give that forage block to the turkey? Just drop it down in there and he can peck at it. See what he thinks. Does he like it? He's too busy eating his fermented feed, isn't he? We're gonna fatten him up for Christmas, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or Thanksgiving, depending how fat he is at Thanksgiving. Over here to feed the ducks, and they are ready to eat. As you can tell, loud baby. But I noticed that it's time to move their paddock. So this is the setup we have for now. Trampoline gives them shade and protects them from overhead prey, like hawks and owls. So I'm going to go ahead and move this big heavy thing. It's not convenient, but it's working for now. And these guys were just babies just a few weeks ago, so they're needing to have a new setup built, but we haven't gotten that far. But we will. I am about to do the most difficult task in raising dairy goats, and that is to disbud the kid goats. And that means I'm going to burn their horns off. I know that sounds horrible, but it's way better than a goat getting injured by those horns, or to get their head caught in something and hung up on something and injure themselves, or even worse, death, which is what tends to happen if you leave horns on. So I am going to do this quick, short process that's going to ensure that they will not have horns when they grow up, hopefully, if I do it right. I have never done this by myself. I've only burned one horn before, and that was with an experienced person. So I've watched 100 YouTube videos. But I'm still super nervous, but I've got to do this. This is something I have to be able to do to move forward. And I gave myself a good sage smudge and meditated, and I'm ready. I've just got to do it. So I'm not going to show you the gruesome process, but I just wanted to share with you that not everything is cheery on the farm. Sometimes we have to do difficult things that are hard to do, and got to do it. So here I go. Wish me luck. It wasn't hard as I thought it was going to be, but I'm a little concerned because the horns were a little longer than they should have been for this process. It should have been done sooner, but ooh, just got zapped by the fence. That's not fun. Anyway, so the goats are enjoying their new paddock area. They love all that stuff underneath the pecan tree, so they're gobbling that up, and happy to be in this new section. And Pansy and Willow are over there getting scared by the noises that Petunia's making, our pig. So it's funny. Anyway, oh gosh, fight over the extra grain, huh? That extra grain was supposed to be for the mamas and babies to recuperate. You see the babies have blue on their head? That's a blue coat. That's to help prevent any infection or anything like that. Woo! Oh no! And this is what happens when goats fight over food. Somebody gets their head stuck in a bucket, and then they all run into the fence. Good thing I was out here. Shady girl, you're silly. Getting your head stuck in the bucket. Hopefully you can tell what I'm about to do next. I don't think I'll be able to get it on video, just because it'll be too hard when I have my gloves and smoke going. But I'm about to do a bee inspection, just to check on the health of the hives, make sure everything is going as planned. I'm a little concerned. One of my hives is showing signs of something being wrong. There's a lot of dirt on the landing board. So it could be wax moths or hive beetles or nosema. Those are some of the things that I researched and found. But we'll find out. Gonna go in and see what it is and evaluate the situation and see what we need to do about it.